What is up, awesome people? And welcome back to a long-awaited Wi-Fi Wednesday! Shenanigans! I nearly forgot the shenanigan part there. Shows how long it's been since I've last done a Wi-Fi Wednesday. But anyways, guys, welcome back to another Wi-Fi Wednesday. It sure has been a long time and I'm quite rusty. So for that reason, I've decided to push my free battle battles instead of doing my NU that versus the UU team on the live stream. So yes, for those who kept up with my Twitter over the weekend, as well as Pit Knight's Twitter, or maybe just some ongoing shenanigans on his channel, would know that there was a battle live stream just recently where we hosted a few battles. I think I did one single battle for the night, but I focused purely on these particular battles instead because I was really excited to try out this team. But anyways, you'll see why with the first battle, I guess. It's interesting Pokemon that I normally wouldn't use this type of way. I mean, for example, actually I won't even spoil it, let's just jump straight into it and I'll explain it as I go along. Alright, so I'm actually using a Misty team. You haven't quite worked that out, but obviously from the title of this video you would have worked it out. But anyways, they're going to lead with a Kabutops lead and a Hydreigon lead. Obviously going with the Kabutops with Swim because I did have a Politoed in the team preview and they would have judged as well considering I had some Pokemon that kind of work around Politoed. So that was an extremely smart move to go with Kabutops first. So because it's with Swim, it's going to go first. I just hang in there thanks to Wigglytuff's nice bulk. Unfortunately, I'm more on the special defensive side rather than the physical defensive side. So anyways, I'm going to tank that Draco Meteor pretty well there. I'm assuming that's a Choice Specs Hydreigon because they do swap out afterwards. Citrus Berry kicks in with the Politoed, bring it back to close to a quarter health, 3/4 health there. I do go for the Scald on the Kabutops. That's going to just lower it down into the very low yellow, and I get flinched. So it's like, damn, what a full flinch. That's really annoying because I would have taken out the Kabutops that turn. So they go into a Mulgus, probably, I'm not really too sure. That was kind of a weird one there because they probably thought I'd go Dazzling Gleam with Wigglytuff, or I could have gone Ice Beam, which is actually what I went for the last turn. I did go for the Dazzling Gleam, which probably would have one-shotted the Hydreigon. So I went for Dazzling Gleam again. I actually was kicking myself because I was thinking I should go Fire Blast in case they did swap into this annoying thing. So yeah, as I always say, in hindsight, always go with the gut feeling. Anyways, I go for the Rage Powder here, which was something else I was predicting as well. So I went for Ice Beam, luckily. So I was going for the Mungus on the Politoed, which does very little damage. So I'm assuming it's either Assault Vested or Max Health, Max Special Defense. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying Assault Vest because it's used Rage Powder. So it's definitely not Assault Vested. So I'd say, okay, so it's not Black Sludge. Citrus Berry? There we go, there's the Citrus Berry. So Grand Bull goes for the Thunder Punch, so there goes my Politoed. Unfortunately, Politoed did pretty well to take that pretty hard hitting Draco Meteor. As I said, I wasn't really too sure if that was a Choice Scarf or Choice Specs Hydreigon, but considering they swapped, I'd say Choice Scarf. So I got the Rain Up, which means I can go straight for the Hurricane, and that's going to just miss out on the kill there on the Amoonguss. Amoonguss is just so freaking bulky, as you can tell. By the way, that wasn't max special attack at all. I kind of got odd EVs on these particular Pokemon, so if I was running 252 EVs, yeah, that would have definitely gone down. But yeah, play rough on the Grand Ball, saw that coming from a mile away. Weakness Puller kicks in on the Dragonite, kind of a particularly standard set on this Dragonite, unfortunately, except for the moves. That's about the only unstandard thing about this Dragonite. EVs are pretty standard, so yeah, nothing really I can comment about the Dragonite at all. So I'm going to go for the Hurricane on the Grand Ball. This should take it out at +2 special attack unless it was Focus Sash, but yeah, it's not. So that goes down. That wasn't Choice Banded either. It's what I was originally thinking at first. Dazzling Clean goes off there and one-shots the Hydreigon as I thought. So if I wasn't flinched by that waterfall at the beginning of the battle, that definitely would have turned into a very different battle indeed. So anyways, as you can tell, that was pretty interesting. Unfortunately with the Ampharos, which I didn't actually show off in this battle, usually I'd use Ampharos in Trick Room situations, so hopefully you'll be able to see one battle. There definitely is one battle where I do show off Ampharos, where you can kind of see how much I'm struggling to use it. I have Tailwind on Dragonite for support for speed, since none of these Pokemon have Swift Swim, so that was my first greatest problem with this team, was how slow a lot of my Pokemon were and how much they relied on Tailwind support or Thunder Wave support, which is something else I don't run. I'm not running Icy Wind support either, so this team is definitely lacking a little bit of speed support outside the Tailwind on Dragonite. But anyways, we're at the next battle here, leading with the Sableye and the Parasect. Sableye goes for the Fake Up there, which I actually was not expecting. And at the same time, that Parasect wasn't expecting this either. So Fire Blast connects and that Parasect goes down. So I wonder what they were thinking there. And at the same time, probably carrying Dry Skin, thinking I'd go with the Politoed lead. So I kind of did see that coming, led with the Wigglytuff. So I don't think that Parasect likes Fire Blast very much at all. So they go into Crobat. So I'm like, oh damn, I think my Wigglytuff's going to bite the dust here. So Poison Fang coming away. Luckily it's not cross poison. That's going to do just a little bit under half damage there. And hopefully I don't get flinched. We just might luck that I do get flinched. Ice Beam straight to that Crobat's face. And I can kind of tell there that's kind of a bulky Crobat in a way. I think I'm like 252 special attack EVs there in the Starmie. Dazzling Gleam unfortunately isn't going to take out that Crobat at all, but it does bring that Sableye very close to 3/4 damage. Citrus Berry kicks in there, bringing the Sableye just a little bit over half health there. I do snap out of Confusion, which is awesome, and go for the Protect in case that Sableye wants to play some tricky shenanigans with me. Poison Fang coming my way again, so I should live badly in the red, which I do. No poison or flinch, which is awesome, so I can throw off another Dazzling Gleam, and that's going to kill both the Crobat and Sableye, which is bloody awesome. So 2 annoying Pokemon goes down, and that Crobat, I'm so thankful you go down. Luckily you didn't cause me any problems, and at the same time so lucky it wasn't carrying cross poison. So the Ditto comes in, and I'm like, yay, I haven't seen a Ditto for a while, so it's going to Imposter into my Starmie, which is great. I know there's going to be running Choice Scarf most likely, and it's going to lock itself into Scald, and once again the Wigglytuff bites the dust before it could sweep an entire team. Oh, I love you, Wigglytuff. You are so fun to use. Scald there from my own Starmie, which is going to do just a little bit on the quarter health, I think. But I do get the burn, which is awesome. It's about the only burn I see for the night. Go figure. Burn damage there on the Ditto does do a little bit of residual damage, coming close to the half health. Bring in my own Politoed to bring up the Drizzle to try and increase the damage output I can use. And they're going to forfeit because there isn't really much they can do. I only had Scald, Ice Beam, Power Gem, and something Protect on my Starmie were the only 4 moves that I had. Luckily I wasn't running Thunder because they would have locked themselves into that particular move. So that was the next battle. As you see, Wigglytuff is a beast. Now I'm going to, for probably the last battle for the night, I'm going to show off the best battle that I had with this team. This was the most juiciest fun that I ever had as far as battle spot goes. So this is where I'm going to leave the Ampharos and the Wigglytuff. So this is where I'm going to probably show off just how much trouble I do have with Ampharos, especially Mega Ampharos, since it does lose a bit of speed when it Mega Evolves. So they're going to leave with the Nidoqueen and the Dusclops. So I'm like, Nidoqueen's probably going to give me the biggest problems there if it's a sweeper. Otherwise, if it's a support Pokemon, probably not going to have just as much problems. So anyways, I'm going to Mega Evolve there into Ampharos. Nidoqueen sets up the Toxic Spike, so that's good. It's a supporting Nidoqueen, probably the Hex Dusclops, which is not really going to affect me at all because it's not going to affect Wigglytuff, and they're probably going to try and take out my Pokemon with, or maybe even phase my Pokemon with Dragon Tail, which is probably what I was going through my head. Luckily I went for Ice Beam on the Nidoqueen, Hidden Power Ice from the Nidoqueen as well. Just ganged up on it and took that thing out because I know that was going to be a little pain if I didn't otherwise. As I said, probably Toxic Spikes, Dragon Tail, or Roar, one of the two, and then Hex off with the Dusclops, which will also be Everlighted. Then this comes in, I'm like, this may cause me a bit of problems if it Mega Evolves and Bullet Punches. So I wasn't running Protect on Wigglytuff because it is Assault Vested, so that's obviously a no-no there. So I'm like, this will be interesting. If I either can live this, which will be quite hard because I have little physical defensive EVs in my Wigglytuff, but instead it goes for Scissor on my Ampharos, which was quite questionable there. Anyways, Fire Blast goes off, it connects, and bye-bye Scissor. Butts, you go down. That was the best moment I had all night. That was so awesome, and I don't think a lot of people expected that either. So I think they went Hex there on my Wigglytuff, forgetting that it's a normal fairy type, and I also mind blanked here thinking Gigalith was a rock ground type instead of just pure rock type. So I always do that. I keep thinking Gigalith is a rock ground type, so yeah, I went for Ice Beam, but then again, it's probably my best move to use against the Gigalith because Dazzling Gleam would have done not as much damage. It does get dropped by 25% for being a multi-target move. Anyways, the Will-O-Wisp there goes on my Ampharos to try and Hex that thing to death as well. Burn residual damage brings me down to the red. 39 HP left. Burn residual damage as well on the Ampharos, which is slowly going to bring that down. Gigalith goes for the Protect to try and stall me out a little bit. That's about the only thing that the Gigalith can do. Try and stick around for another turn, but unfortunately it's not going to outspeed my Wigglytuff, and I do have Dazzling Gleam to hit both Pokemon. Thunder does miss the Dusclops, unfortunately, so it can throw off a Hex onto my Ampharos. That does decent damage, I guess, considering Dusclops are probably running max health or max special defense with max health, which is actually kind of a bad thing if it's running Pain Split. Otherwise, if it's not running Pain Split, then yeah, max health. So Gigalith trying to be a little scumbag with double Protect, unfortunately misses or fails there, goes down to Dazzling Gleam, and Thunder does finally connect, and Dusclops is going to tank that like Dusclops normally does. Does get the Parahacks though, which is awesome. So everything's going my way, just get the Parahacks. Unfortunately though, my Wigglytuff goes down to burn once again. Poor Wigglytuff, it just can't sweep an entire team. I was kind of hoping for that all night, for Wigglytuff to take down 4 Pokemon, but I don't think it actually happened in the end. Anyways, my Nidoqueen comes out, absorbs a Toxic Spike, so as I said, I wasn't exactly too worried about that Toxic Spikes, even though they did have the Dragon Tail strategy going on. As soon as I brought out Nidoqueen, the Toxic Spikes would have disappeared and ending that strategy. So yeah, that was probably, as I said, one of the best battles I could show, mainly because it just showed how much of a beast Wigglytuff really is, which was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this particular team, all because of that Wigglytuff. When I was going through sorting out the moveset, I'm like, I actually like this moveset, I want to see how it goes, and it was the MVP all night long, which was awesome. So yeah, as I said, I had so many problems when designing this particular team, which was actually a good thing because I love being pushed beyond the boundaries, as you can probably tell, with all these particular battle spot teams. As I mentioned, Ampharos is mostly a Trick Room Pokemon, so having only Tailwind support to support it, I probably should have ran Thunder Wave or something on it to help with the lackluster speed, but I didn't, to make it hard on myself. So yeah, as I said, I may have to modify this team a little bit, rebreed it again, put Thunder Wave on it, may even put Icy Wind on Politoed or something, just to spread around a bit of support. Icy Wind, of course, hitting both Pokemon on the opponent's side, dropping their speed, which actually would be very welcomed on this team, so maybe I'll do that instead. So I may end up showing this team off again once I've done all the rebreeds, but at the same time I still have some battles left over as well that I can show off for this particular team, which will probably come a little bit down the track. I may even just show off the remaining battles and then show off what I've done to modify the team to make it just a little bit better. Obviously with the Dragonite as well, I did say it's very standard EVs for VGC, however the moves were just Hurricane and Thunder. Tailwind support and Protect was the last move on it, so I could definitely change that up, give it Draco Meteor, probably give it 140 EVs in attack and give it Rock Slide or something, and give it like remainder EVs in special attack because Draco Meteor doesn't exactly need very much special attack support. Then again, I don't mind what the moves that I've got at the moment. It does throw a few people around the bend. Special attack going up by 2, don't have to invest anything else into another move slot or anything. But yeah guys, I can ramble on all night about this. There's quite a complex team. Actually, this is the most complex team I've made so far for Battle Spot. It was definitely quite a challenge, as I said, but it was in the end quite fun, and I definitely feel a lot more experienced, which is awesome. As I said, I always say this, don't contain yourself in your comfort zone. Always go beyond your horizon and make yourself grow and become a lot more experienced. That's something I always aim for with these particular Wi-Fi battles. I always go up and beyond and show that there's more to Pokemon than what's actually seems, and I really buggered that up, unfortunately. So hopefully if I go to make that particular point again, I can say it without stumbling on it. But anyways guys, that's gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Wi-Fi Wednesday, and until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!